Welcome to the rundown, y'all. What's going on? This your boy JB. It's my homie brother over here, Rag.
What it do?
What's going on, man?
Man, we back at it in full effect.
Back at it with this rundown, huh?
Man, yes, sir.
Yep, let's go ahead and get it. Y'all, go ahead and like this video. Go ahead and like, share, subscribe. You know, we're on all your podcast platforms. Go ahead and do us a solid on that. I don't have to go through that spiel unless you want to go ahead, Rag. Want to tell us?
We are on all streaming platforms. We are on Apple, iHeartRadio.
Yep.
Spotify.
Yep.
Was it Google
Podcasts.
Google Podcasts.
Amazon
Music and Stitcher.
There we go. He got it.
That's the last one. I know Stitcher got to come last.
He got it, y'all.
And also, when you what's up with the Buzzsprout?
Buzzsprout is the outlet that is hosting our podcast, and so you can go to buzzsprout.com, look up the Presidential Executive. You can also listen to it on there as well.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You can go to any of your favorite podcast platforms, or you can go to buzzsprout.com and look up the ThePrezEx or Presidential Executive, and you can listen to it on there. You know what I'm saying? It all works the same as far as listens, downloads, and you know what I'm saying, all that stuff. And so, y'all go ahead and do that.
And make sure when y'all, subscribe to us on YouTube, because that helps out the YouTube algorithm. We're trying to get to this good monetization, so we can do more and not have to work so hard on our other gigs, so we can put everything into this.
Right.
Because like, share, subscribe. Like I want to be editing so I can put Jay Sanders going boop 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 when he was, you know what I'm saying, doing that.
So right, y'all, because like I said, this is different, bro. Like with all the bigger pods and stuff out there, like it's all a big production, but then you got other people that do other certain things that will, you know what I'm saying, leave us more room and opportunity to focus on, be more singular focus on this stuff. And so without no further ado, man, I know it's been a few weeks since we did the rundown, and so but we still on our Jay Sanders series. Over the next 2 weeks we're gonna be bringing that out. Well, actually, when you see this, the second conversation should already be out. You know what I'm saying? So I want to go ahead and get into this rundown right here. I want to start out with something, with my boys. I'm a Cowboy fan. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can see by the colors in the room. Yeah, if you peep out the earlier episodes,
you sure did have I had behind you.
Yeah, I had my Cowboy stuff out there, and I actually had some people hit me up and they thought this, without hearing us, they thought it was a cowboy show or something, because they saw the stuff in the back. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, no, this is just live from the man cave.
It was live from, I have a Cowboys man cave. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? I have a mat when you come into the door, says Cowboys man cave. So it's a whole thing. So, but Amari Cooper is, they're saying that we're probably going to release him, I guess before the league season starts. And, to a lot of people, I think they were surprised. For me, I'm not really surprised, because he's owed $20 million. He's a great, wide receiver when he kind of steps up, but just what we're trying to do as an organization, I'm not sure if $20 million is going to work.
Think he's worth the $20 million?
No, I don't think he has been. You know what I mean? So, and we have to make a decision. We had to make a decision between really kind of him, because we're restructuring Michael Gallup's contract. Right. So I knew we couldn't keep all three. We still under contract with Lamb.
Yeah, and y'all gonna say y'all got like 4 wide receivers, and I don't know. Yeah. I would say my only thing is Amari, out of the 4 that y'all got, he can be productive elsewhere.
I agree.
Sometimes, and I don't know if you remember, it was years ago when the Cardinals had like Anquan Bold and Larry Fitzgerald, and I believe it was like Steve Breston. Yeah. Like when Steve got away from Anquan and Larry, he kind of fell off the map. You know what I'm saying? And so we know like Anquan went to Baltimore. He was productive there. He played for the 49ers, was productive there. But we know like Amari can be productive in anywhere really, because he fit with Derek Carr, who really doesn't scramble ever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like he's strictly pocket, and he thrived in that situation. And Dak, who is I would say Dak is probably about 65-70% pocket. I mean, he does when he scrambles is really more to avoid getting sacked or whatever.
And that's part of my issue with him. That's part of my issue with him. Because I think Dak needs to be more like Aaron Rodgers, Aaron Rodgers-ish. You know what I mean? Because you're mobile. He sits back in the pocket and just stands there when he can, be on the move and not give it away just like he gonna stand back there. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why I think because our O-line is not what it used to be.
Right.
So you can't just sit back there like you a statue now anymore. You know what I mean? But like I said, to me, I don't know. I'm kind of forward and maybe I'm kind of in the middle because
torn.
Yeah, because I want Amari, but then $20 million for what he showed me in the playoffs last year, and really like I can't. And to me, he's not even our number one option right now. Lamb is kind of the number one guy.
I was gonna say I think because like Wilson kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah, said
You know what I'm saying? And so it's like you kind of know what Gallup is gonna do. He's that like Gallup. He gonna take off.
Right.
That's your deep threat. And then like you knew Lamb was gonna be a problem, whoever he played for. But like Wilson is the one that kind of surprised me for y'all.
Yeah. If he can take another step, that would be different.
Yeah. I just think that even if y'all got rid of Amari, y'all are gonna run into the same problem next year. Because you're gonna have to pay somebody.
You have to pay somebody.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because if Lamb continues, this was his second year, so you don't want to wait until he gets into year 4, and then you really gonna have to pay him. They really need to after year 3 gone and lock him down. Because again, if he contract year 4, you really gonna have to pay him. You know what I'm saying? So,
it's rough for me because I want to keep you, Amari. I want to keep you, but if you're not willing to restructure the contract, you know what I'm saying? Like I can't be like, because I want to keep Gallup too. Because I think Dak has the most chemistry with Gallup. Honestly, when you look at the game, look at the routes that they run, the deep, even the mid range in the middle, like Gallup is his guy, but Gallup got to stay healthy. Gallup be injured way too much, but I'm waiting to see, man. Like it's really no surprise to me. But I think we could use that money elsewhere. We need a safety.
I think they need to raise the salary cap.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you why. Because Dallas is a big market, right?
Yep.
And I ain't gonna spoil Power for you. You know what I'm saying? I know you haven't been watching Force.
We watched it. We watched it today. Okay. Yeah, we watched it today. Yeah.
So you could give the smaller market teams maybe 1 or 2 percentage points higher, like on a TV revenue. Because like you look at teams like Dallas, like the Patriots, like Pittsburgh, they may not necessarily need it as bad as Minnesota,
right?
Cleveland, teams like that. You know what I'm saying? So you give them 1 or 2. So like if we're all supposed to be getting, 10 percentage points, go ahead and give them 11.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Well, now that gives them incentives because Cleveland can't compete with Dallas as far as the salary cap because we know Jerry got that. Right. He got that money.
He got that bag.
If they get that those percentage points add up. Right. So now I got a little bit more in my salary cap. So if I want to keep trying to think of who Cleveland got, like Jarvis Landry. You know what I'm saying? If I got a little bit more money to keep a Jarvis Landry as well as incentivize, if a free agent that wants to come, because again, Dallas can't keep everybody, but y'all can keep more than Cleveland can.
Right, yeah.
Because your owner has more money. So it kind of levels the playing field because at the end of the day, still, Dallas is going to sell merch. You got people that's not in Dallas that love Dallas, Pittsburgh, New England going to sell merch. And not crapping on the Cleveland fans. You know what I'm saying? I just know that that's a smaller market team.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I hope it works out for y'all. And again, y'all know I am a self-proclaimed Cowboy hater, but not because they're the Cowboys, but because we kind of had a renewed rivalry with this playoffs because we played each other in the playoffs.
Yeah.
But not just because, they Dallas. I hate them because they're Dallas. No, I don't hate them because they're Dallas. That's stupid to hate somebody just because. You have to have a reason.
Because Dallas is an awesome city.
I've been to Dallas. I don't have no hate for the city of Dallas.
Awesome city.
I don't have no hatred for the city
Every
of Dallas.
time I'm there, I love it. But Amari, he'll get released. But I'm thinking this is just me. Like, I follow him on Instagram and stuff, and I've heard different comments he's made over the years. Like, Amari loves Dallas.
Yeah,
like he's
and
embedded
those are
there.
The kind of people that you want to keep in your team. You want people who want to be there.
And he got his whole family in there. I think he'd be front row of the Mavericks games and stuff.
Right.
You know, so I think that he will do what he can reasonably to maybe restructure his contract so maybe he can stay with us. You know what I'm saying? This is just my hope. But if not, you know, like you said, we got 2 or 3 other guys that can possibly fill in roles. But, you know, we'll see. This next one here, man, with just happened yesterday with Coach K retiring.
Yeah, man. Shout out to all you Dukies out there, you Duke fans.
Yeah, I respect Duke, but I was always a Tar Heel guy. Yeah, I was always like more of a Tar Heel guy, pretty much because of Michael. Because grew up on Michael Jordan, and he was with UNC, so I was like, I'm gonna rock with UNC too. Yeah, but I don't know if you saw the game yesterday, but on his last home game in Cameron Indoor,
right?
Tar Heels whooped him. You know what I'm saying? It was, you know what I'm saying? It was like one of the moments on the Chappelle show. It was like F your couch. You just that was kicking it. They were like, okay, I don't care if this is your last game. And they had all the legends in the rows. They had JJ Redick came back, Jay Williams,
man. Duke
Shane
has
Battier.
A lot of guys, man. You got like just even necessarily that didn't make it to the pros, but like on a college level, like who had a better college career than like Christian Laettner? Grant Hill, Bobby Hurley,
JJ Redick,
John Shire, who's going to be taking over as the coach for him.
Jay Williams.
What's the guy who used to play for the Grizzlies? Now he play for the Bucks. Grayson Allen. Sheldon Williams.
About your boy, Trajan Langdon.
Elton Brand, Corey Maggette. I mean, like you could go down to Johnny Dawkins. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Like he was one of the ones that put them on the map back in the day.
Yeah.
And so that he is, you love him or hate him, you can't deny his legacy.
For sure. Yeah.
I want to say he's like at the top almost of all time wins in
college.
NCAA. College basketball.
Yeah. I think he's like, I'm not sure the number now, but he's like way above. I think he overlaps 1,000 or whatever wins it was to be the greatest.
Right.
Like maybe 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So he's
and he coached almost 40 years at Duke. I know he's coached longer
since the 70s.
He didn't start at Duke.
I think he started in the 70s.
Right.
Early 80s or something.
He didn't start at Duke, but then when he came to Duke, you're right. He was one of those schools. And but man, he put them on the map though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like he turned them into a powerhouse.
That's what he was he's under the tree of Coach Knight, because I think he was under Coach Knight at Army, because that's where he was at first, Army. And I think he preceded Coach Knight when he went to Indiana, and then he took over Army, and then from Army, then he went to Duke. So he comes from the tree of Coach Knight, and you know what I'm saying? So I always respect Duke, but us, even being in Memphis, like Will McGee, he's a big Duke fan. I see him always posting. He be having the shorts on, and you know what I mean. When he was hooping with us on that league, he have his Duke gear on under and stuff like that. So he's a big Duke fan. But for the most part, I don't know too many Duke fans, at least from my circle of people.
I ain't gonna say like I know a lot of them in passing. Like when you hear people talking basketball. But I mean, again, like you can't deny his legacy and what he's done, and we only, all of us can only hope to leave a legacy like in whatever our field is. He left, not just at Duke, but within college basketball and just coaching. Period.
Coach USA, all them gold medals.
Exactly. And so we just here both wish the best for him and his family, in his retirement, and hopefully the next chapter of his life is just as great as the previous chapter.
Right.
And man, we salute you, Coach K.
Salute, because don't get it twisted, he's still gonna be around the Duke program, be a part of the infrastructure and people recruiting. He's just not gonna be the face anymore. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Let's not be ignorant on that. But like I said,
and if he did his, if his coaching tree is good like that, because some of his other guys that was assistants that used to play are coaching throughout the NCAA.
Yeah. One of his guys at Marquette, I believe. I can't think of the guy's name. Start with a W. Wojciechowski.
I
think it's like a
Steve Wojo.
Wojo, yeah. I can't remember. Yeah, but yeah, him. I think he's at Marquette. Maybe he got moved or somewhere else. He was
one of his assistants at Duke for a minute. Yeah, and then they got him at like you said, the other school. And so I mean, his coaching tree.
Johnny Dawkins in our conference with Memphis, AAZ with South Florida, I think. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So he's doing that, but yeah, Coach K, man, it's like you hate him or love him, you gotta respect him. You know what I'm saying? So he's doing his thing, and like I said, the tournament season about to come up, and so I think Duke is still a top 10 team. So who knows? They could go on a run.
Yeah, they can still win it. Right. That would suck, boy, if they won the national title. That man really go out with a bang.
That's up. But this next one right here, man, this is something that's I know near and dear to your heart for your twin Joe Budden. You know what I'm saying? Your alter ego. You know what I'm saying? This Joe Budden on the presidential executive over here, but Joe Budden and Royce the 5'9", they have an issue with Crooked Eye and Joel Ortiz. Tell me about that, Rag.
Well, I mean, so like a lot of y'all know Joe Budden's for his for him podcasting and love and hip hop and everything like that. But and after the Pump It Up, you know what I'm saying? Like what a lot of people heard from him on that, but like, you know, he was a very prolific MC. Like if you're a hip hop head, like very lyrical. You know me, Royce been my guy since way back. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been on Royce since I was a kid, man. 99, like, you know, I got on Royce.
Yeah, you put me on Royce actually, yeah.
And so I mean, I love those dudes, and through them actually doing features, I got on Joel Ortiz and Crooked Eye. And so like I got individual projects by all of them, so I love them all individually. And when they came together like Voltron and made Slaughterhouse, like, and again, like it's not no commercial, you know, playing the club, you know, shake your ass type stuff. But like if you just really want to hear some niggas that just be like spitting,
going in,
Slaughterhouse is your group. You know what I'm saying? Like if you love the battle rapping and stuff like that, like imagine taking some of that and putting it to a song.
Right.
Like they did that. And so they had 2 projects that came out and a bunch of mixtapes and stuff like that, but there was some issues with their third project. And so they ended up shelving it. And Royce, of course, was always good solo, so he kind of did that thing. Joel and Crooked kind of went back and started doing their thing. And, you know, Joe retired and he got more into the media space and everything like that. So the issue now is that Crooked and Joel have put out a project, which I believe is called The Rise and Fall of Slaughterhouse. And they're putting it out as the group Slaughterhouse, when the group Slaughterhouse is Joe Budden, Royce the 5'9", Joel Ortiz, and Crooked Eye.
Yeah.
So like the whole group is supposed to be a thing, but then, you know what I'm saying? Like it'd be like if you start just strictly doing Preacher Man and I started doing something else and Crown was shooting somebody else, and then Crown is like, okay, I'm finna get another dude and do the ThePrezEx podcast. Right. Like me and you would have an issue with that because you can't, you know, have the ThePrezEx without, you know what I'm saying, the presidential and the executive. You can't do it. Right. And so it's kind of like a situation like that. And so they're kind of going back and forth. And I really hate it because and they got videos all over the internet, all over YouTube.
I seen that. Yeah.
Yeah,
I haven't clicked on them yet, but just from what I've been seeing and what I've been looking at, it's like, which I get, because to your point, it's like, bro, like Slaughterhouse was us as a collective. Mm-hmm. So if you're trying to name this Slaughterhouse, like for me, Joe, I have no idea this is Joe, what he's thinking, but seems like a businessman. But if they were just willing to give him a percentage of whatever they sell because of the name and he's part of the name, I don't think he'd have a problem with it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But if they're like trying to just be like, this is Slaughterhouse and we're all the profits and stuff is going to go to us, it's like, hey, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
and I may be wrong, but as far as what I've gathered, and again, I have to go back and look at some of the videos, I don't know that they had a conversation prior to them doing it. I think the conversation came after they had already decided, like, we're going to do this and, you know, we're going forward to doing it. And then the conversation came, which from Royce and Joe's point, it's like kind of hurt. Like, you know, we could have sat down and talked about, you know, whatever it is or hashed out our issues. Because, like I said, they actually got a project with the 4 of them on there that they didn't release. You know what I'm saying? So, like, they could have released, you know, I guess that project if they were going to do it.
Right.
But, you know, again, like, you know, I just hate that because that wasn't like a group that was put together by a record label. It's like, oh, you know what, JB, you're good, and Roche, you're good, and I don't know if you remember on MTV Raps, Dr. Dre and Ed Lover.
Yeah,
like they were put together,
right,
and it worked out.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? Like New Edition kind of was, put together a little bit. Like you had some guys that were together, but then I believe it was
Bobby, Ralph, and Bev, the Bev Big DeVoe. Instead of the dude that
Mike
and be rapping most of the time.
Ronnie was the one.
Yeah, Ronnie came.
Ronnie got added.
Yeah.
Ronnie got added. Then they added Johnny Gill. You know what I'm saying? So the whole group wasn't just an organic thing. Like you had some pieces that were put together,
right?
And it kind of worked. Dr. Dre and Ed Lover put together kind of worked, but like a Bone Thugs and Harmony was organic. Slaughterhouse was an organic thing, and it came from a song entitled Slaughterhouse, which it was a Joe Budden song. He hit Royce up. He's like, hey, I want to feature you on the song. He hit them up. And there was another guy that was on the song. And the song, they loved the song so much. It's like, hey, you know what? We should do this, as a group.
Right.
Like nobody put them together. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So they developed a genuine brotherhood and friendship to the point where anytime one of them was in the media or somebody was saying something, even after they broke up, it was like, no, don't come for my brother like that. Like that's family. Don't come for him like that. And they genuinely had each other's back. And so I just hate to see more than anything that the brotherhood is being affected by that.
This just actually came up in my head. Like, what if, like these dudes, Crooked Eye, I've heard him speak and stuff, very eloquent speaker when he, speaks, and Ortiz is, kind of more gutter, a little bit more, you know what I'm saying? But they know Joe Budden, where he at in the space that he's at. I'm thinking they knew if they were going to call this album that this was going to be an uproar and come out, maybe give more pub to maybe what they're doing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they were like ignorant of that to where it's like, hey, let's go and do this. And then we know Joe. We know Joe ain't going. He going to say something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We know Royce.
I don't know if you saw the last thing he did. He actually had a spot on there where he was talking about the whole thing, and he was explaining like why the group broke up. And
who, Joe?
Yeah, and Ice and Ish kept trying to change the subject, and he kept going back to
You know
what I'm saying? Like it's like, all right, let's talk about this whack whatever. Oh, I could talk about some whack, whatever. Like it's like, nah, we ain't gonna talk about that. Let's talk about it. Oh, I could talk about this. Oh, like he kept doing that. And so to your point, it might be a whole thing of.
I'm thinking some of that may have been because I'm like, these dudes know because Joe was pretty big. Like he had that little riff-raff with Maul and what's the other white dude? Rory and Maul. But they pretty much back flowing how they going now as far as the views and you know what I'm saying, attention that
it hadn't it hadn't fell off because it's him and Ice, and even with the young ladies that he had an issue with one of them.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen too much of them lately, but he's still
Joe. And so that's what that would be interesting. I'm sure some of this stuff can be fleshed out. Like honestly, after this, I'm gonna go back and watch some of those videos to kind of get more information. Yeah. But I'm thinking these cats, they knew in the back of their head, like, you know what I'm saying? Because nobody really talking about them. You know what I'm saying? Ortiz or Crooked Eye. So it's like to gain a little buzz, maybe we need to ruffle the feathers a little bit and then talk about the business side, you know what I'm saying? Maybe a little bit later. But yeah, this next one though, since you're the English major right here, man, what's the dude's last name? Jason?
Oh, Momoa.
Jason Momoa. Y'all ladies, I'm sure y'all know him.
Aquaman, Khal Drogo from Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Young dude on Baywatch back in the day. I want to say
he was on Baywatch?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. I don't think I knew that. But him and Lisa Bonet are a few weeks ago, like, oh, he was about to divorce and, but now they're supposedly getting back together. And I know a lot of you ladies are sad because I think the day that happened, I saw a lot of ladies on my timeline, like putting them up there. Oh, my boo is back on the market.
Kind of like how I was with Megan Good.
Yeah. Pretty much, but a little bit more thirstier though. They were a little bit more Shark Tankish, you know what I mean? But they supposedly getting back together, man. And what say you, Rag?
Dude, like I tell people all the time, and just like how you And if y'all haven't checked it out, again, my guy, he goes through a lot of work putting this stuff out. So make sure y'all view when he puts up executive mindset clips and as well as presidential perspective clips. I did the rule number 1, the life rules. I take the 10 crack commandments and talk about that. But you don't let people know what you holding when you have that public relationship. And anybody that's married out there knows, like my guy over here has been married, 13 years?
Shoot, no, 9.
Nah, my bad.
Yeah,
it was 2013.
2013.
My bad.
Yep,
okay, that's what I'm thinking. That's why. So 9 years.
Receive it though.
You know what I'm saying? Like, shoot, I was in the wedding.
Yeah.
Caught
the Garner too?
Huh?
Caught the Garner?
I did. I did.
Yeah,
I caught it. I'm undefeated in catching Gardens.
Oh.
But I wasn't married nowhere near as long. But
yeah,
it's like, you know what I'm saying? You go through stuff, and you probably can attest to this. Y'all have issues. Now imagine if the whole world, or at least just your circle, knew every little spat and issue that y'all had.
Tabloid.
You know what I'm saying? Because then think about it, and this ain't no shade at our church or nothing like that, but just think about if everybody at the church had known what y'all was going through when y'all was going through.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you had kind of, let me know some things, but that didn't come out.
Right.
That stayed right in here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That stayed on the phone when we talked about it. That stayed in the driveway when we talked about it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like it was a time, I want to say, I can't remember if we met up at the church. Like we were somewhere out, but like we like it stayed there.
We linked up, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it don't go. And so, I was there to give advice where I was able to give advice, give counsel where I was able to give counsel, to pray where I needed to pray it. Yeah. Y'all was able to move past that.
Right.
But now imagine if, you know what I'm saying, somebody, oh, look at JB and da-da-da-da, oh, look at Rachel and da-da-da, and then, you know what I'm saying, like that would have made y'all whole thing bad. And so I hope for the sake of them and their children that if that's what they really want to do, that they're able to work it out and to keep it together.
Yeah.
And if not, that they reach a peaceable outcome. But again,
they got kids together, right?
Yeah, they do. They got 2 kids together. Okay. And she already had Zoe Kravitz, which is Lenny Kravitz's daughter.
Yep.
But then they had 2 together. And so, again, like it's never a good thing when family break up. Yeah. Because there's gonna be people that are hurt by that. Yep. Like I said, I hope for those of you all out there, keep your business your business.
Your business, yeah.
And I heard something, I forget. Well, I was watching something, but they was talking to each other, 2 ladies, and she was like, "Why do you keep it a secret?" And she was like, "It's not my secret, it's my business."
Mm-hmm.
And we used to live in an age, and I think we talked about this, like where you could have your business life, people who knew you from work. You could have your social life, like when you out, you know what I'm saying, you out kicking it with your boys or hooping, or you go out to a bar or something, and then you have your personal life. And those they're all of you, but 3 different people could know you 3 different ways.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now it's like everything is all because of the way social media is and everything like that, because TMZ and all these media sites, and heck, we're slick media ourselves, but like you don't have that separation anymore.
A lot of us tell on ourselves. Like that's the thing. Like even with social media, like with people, can get into people's business through social media or try to look into what they saying on a post, or, saying, they must be talking about their husband. Oh, you must be talking about your wife. You know what I'm saying? And then, or even if you get more in detail on it, now you're bringing other people in to judge you. You know what I'm saying? Even when they don't know all or nothing what's going on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
are you able, as a married guy, to, what advice would you give to somebody? Because I know it's time, like everything ain't always rosy.
Right.
Have you ever been able to make a post, and I'm trying to, like, do you find it hard sometimes posting? It's like, I don't want to make it seem like I'm talking about this situation.
Right. Yeah.
Or if I say this, it could be perceived or taken as I'm coming at my significant other, my spouse. Like, how do you do that? And what advice would you have for somebody who want to do that?
Yeah, that's tough, because me being in a situation, you remember back in the day, before the Preacher Man and all of that, I used to send out the text. Mm-hmm. I used to have the app and stuff like that, or even put stuff out on Facebook.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To where stuff to come to me. And so if I put something out like that, certain situation, I may be talking about a situation, but it may sound like it's a marriage or relationship situation or somebody, but then you may think I'm talking about, you know what I'm saying, her or my personal situation or something like that.
Right,
and so that was tough for me because I've been in that situation before. Yeah. I put out something and then now it's like, you talking about me? I'm like no, like I'm.
Or why are you telling everybody our business?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. This may be something my coworker told me, or something that I may have talked to you about, or heard a situation, something I was reading, or something like that. So, me personally, I have to be more conscious of, what I do. Or sometimes I even put a buffer in there. I put in parentheses, this is not about, you know what I'm saying, me, my wife, or X, Y, and Z, because I know how people can assume. You know what I'm saying? Even when, it's like they try to find any little thing and, well, why ain't you tagging, so-and-so in this, or tagging your wife and doing stuff like that? Like, whatever works for you, work for you. And so that's what I would say. Know the person that you're getting involved with. And I hate to say it, and how they feel about social media, because to some women, that can be a, part of a PDA. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just part of the deal. And so if that's something that that they appreciate or cherish, you might need to consider that, or you might consider, or if it's not that big of a deal, not being friends on social media. Okay. You know what I'm saying? If it becomes, that big of a deal to where, don't let it break up the real solid foundation that you have, personally. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Between, with other people getting involved. So that's what I would say, bro.
Well, like I said, man, we hope y'all work it out, whatever y'all gonna do, and as much as y'all are able, keep y'all business.
As much as you can, because you brought up a good point. I ain't think about that, dude. Like, what if my life or your life was up for grabs or in the tabloids and stuff like that? Yeah. Like, what would that look like? And that would be ugly. That would be ugly. This next one here, I want to get into this has happened actually a couple weeks ago. Well, more than a couple weeks ago, maybe almost a month ago now. Whoopi Goldberg.
Okay, and so I guess we didn't talk about it initially because we were just trying to see how everything was going to develop.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically, in D.L. Hughley said something interesting about it. He said people don't want to be educated, or they don't want to educate people. They just want to condemn people.
Mm-hmm.
And so the comment that she made was she was talking about the Holocaust.
Pull this up.
And she had basically said that the difference between that and I guess a lot of prejudice and racism and slavery is like that was white people doing it to white people and not, you know what I'm saying? You're doing it because somebody's a different color.
Right.
And so, of course she apologized. She said she was, she needed some better understanding, and she had a guy, who I believe was from the Jewish Anti-Defamation League to come and speak with her and that. And my only issue with the whole thing is, and I don't have any issues like with anybody Jewish or anything like that, but it's just like anytime you mention the Holocaust, like you can't even say Holocaust. And it's like, but every damn movie that come out is some slave BS that we got to relive. And we still relive that.
And we know the reason why.
You know what I'm saying? Whereas like in Germany, like they don't even Germans denounce the Nazis, and they, you know what I'm saying? They say that was wrong. And yes, it was a part of our history. They are like, look, hey, that ain't us. We don't want nothing to do. Look, that happened. It was real. We apologize. And like, they want to get people who say they Nazis out of Germany. Like, hey, no, you can't be here because you done made us look bad forever. Get out. You know what I'm saying? But like, we can't, and it's not just in America. We cannot hide who we are no matter what.
Right.
And if I go somewhere, you don't know if I'm from, if I'm from some country in Africa, I'm from Ghana or Libya or somewhere like that, or if I'm from South Memphis, you don't know that. When you look at us, you could be Dominican, I could be Haitian. You don't know that. You just see somebody black.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Whereas like and I think the point that Whoopi was making is like when every other ethnicity on the planet, we could look at somebody who is, I guess, white and Jewish, and we don't know that that's a Jewish person unless we hear their name.
Right. Yeah.
And then you got somebody like
my
water. DJ Vlad, he said he's an atheist.
Yeah.
But when somebody says something about Jews, then but it's like, but he self-proclaimed does not practice Judaism.
Mm-hmm.
And so like the disconnect is because you have a lot of people who do not live or prescribe to any of the Jewish laws or traditions, but you get the benefit of saying, this is me. You also get to be white when it's convenient.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Until somebody say something about a Jew, then now all of a sudden you pull, your Jew card, even if you say you're a self-proclaimed atheist or you're an agnostic or you don't prescribe to any religion or whatever. But when somebody says something about, a Jew, then here you go. And I think that's kind of what DL was pointing to. And that is my disappointment in the whole thing, because she was not attacking the Jewish people or Jewish culture or anything about that.
Yeah, when you bring up the Holocaust, and to your point, we don't get no type of love when we bring up what happened, like with slavery, all the stuff that happened, that the dramatic stuff, the trauma, that our people and stuff went through. Because when you look at it, Jews pretty much run all the big industries.
Especially in America.
All the big banks.
Especially in America.
All the, the movie Paramount, stuff like that.
A lot of the law firms.
The people at the tops are Jews. And so the last thing you want to do is get them not on your side, because then now you talking about a domino effect of certain stuff that you don't even want to happen.
How can we persecute you? And first of all, I'm not in a position to persecute you. So like if I say something and it hurts your feelings, like that's a you problem.
Yeah.
And you got more money than me. You live better than me. You got more stuff than me. You're more protected than me. And because I say something that puts you in a state of mental anguish, hey, you got a serious problem.
Yeah. It's more like how dare you say something about this?
You know what I'm saying? It's like, you winning. I'm trying to be like you.
Right.
I'm trying to get to where you get. I'm trying to come out of my mess, my situation, my trauma, and be in a position where I'm thriving, because that's what happened.
Hold on. Didn't some of them Holocaust survivors get some type of get back or reparations or something like that? Well, the people in Germany, at least. Right. Mm-hmm. The people that I guess that were in Germany during that time or whatever got some get back with that.
But as a people, they're thriving.
Yeah.
We can sit up and go through 100 individuals, and everybody individually may not be. Right. But as a people, they're thriving.
In general, in general.
And as a people, we are not. And it's not for lack of trying.
Right. It's part of it because, like I said, they own most of we can look this stuff up, but I'm not even going to look it up now. But as far as the biggest banks, the biggest people that are
the music industry,
running Hollywood music,
like you said, the Hollywood, the media industry.
Yeah. Eazy-E's right-hand dude back in the day for Ruthless Records was a Jew, right? Mm-hmm. I forgot his. I can't even think of his name.
Shoot.
Dang, I can't think.
But no, because I remember he got mad because in all Ice Cube, I think said in the song was he called him a Jew.
Yeah, he called him a Jew.
And when you call a Jew,
right, then
it's like, you're anti-Semitic. Anti means I'm against you. I'm not against you.
Heller.
Yeah, Jerry Heller. Right, Jerry Heller.
Yep.
I'm not against you.
Right.
Like I said, I'm trying to be like you.
It was an outrage because I think he said something in that, I don't know what song it was.
Yeah, no, it was in No Vaseline.
Was it No?
Yeah, it was in No Vaseline.
Okay. I thought it was.
But he was saying he was anti-Semitic. Like, to be anti means that I am against or I'm opposed to.
Right.
Or I have a problem with you without reason.
Yeah.
I'm not against, I'm not opposed to, and I don't have a problem with you without reason. If I do have an issue with you, it'll be because you did something to me or against me. And if you do something to me or against me, I should have a problem with you.
Yeah, to me, that whole vibe is like, how dare you even
say my name?
Say my name in any type of tone other than thank you or, bow down or, you know what I mean? So that whole thing is, we know what that's about. But, Whoopi, I think she apologized like super quick though, like within
it wasn't
the same 24 hours.
Fake apology. She was saying, I'm not trying to insult anybody.
Yeah.
I'm just speaking from my perspective, from what I understand.
Yeah.
And where's the lie? Because some of those, if you look at some of those grainy photos and the videos they had, some of those Jews that were being executed, to me, they look just like Hitler.
Right. Yeah.
And I heard somebody say like a Jewish person could look at it and say, oh, this person's a Jewish person. Okay, but I can't. You ask somebody Asian, they probably can't. You ask somebody Hispanic, they probably can't.
Yeah.
And that's kind of more of a cultural thing, but like we can look at somebody Asian, and now we may not know whether they're Japanese or Chinese or Vietnamese or Filipino or whatever, but we know that that's somebody from an Asian country. Oh my goodness.
Lord, heard something like, what is that? Okay.
Thought I had it on silent. That's on me. That's my bad. So we can look at an Asian person and see that, but now another Asian person can say, oh, that's a Filipino, or that's a Vietnamese person, that's Japanese, that's Chinese. But we're not saying they're Asian to be insulting. We just know that they're from Asian descent.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so some stuff, it shouldn't be personal unless it's personal. And sometimes we make stuff personal that is not personal. It's not meant to be personal. And like to your point, we can't even say their name.
Can't even say their name, bro.
No Destiny's Child right here.
Which is wild. This next one up here, I think everybody can attest to this and see the effects of this. But as you know, gas prices are high.
Way up.
Very high. And actually the next topic after that going into, actually they can tie in together with the war and I don't know if I say a full out war, but the Russia and Ukraine deal, which is in result is kind of making all these gas prices go up and up and up. And just the other day I was talking to my nephew, and he has one of those new Chargers or something like that, I believe. And he puts premium in his cars. And so he's
talking about Tommy,
yeah.
Tommy Jones, my guy.
So he's paying
Young
well over $4, for some gas and doing all that. But it's interesting, man. Like, and even with this whole Russia and Ukraine thing, for me personally, I need more information just because I don't trust fully what the media and what they're actually saying and what they're pushing out there, and CNN or even Fox or whatever, as far as the foundation of what this stuff is really coming from. Because honestly, at the end of the day, bro, when you look at it, Russia and Ukraine is really no match. So if Russia really wanted to overtake Ukraine, they can do it like inside of a day. You know what I'm saying? Because they have 2 or 3 times more nuclear fuel, nuclear powers, nuclear weapons.
You know why they can't though, right?
What's that?
So, the United States had been sending weapons and other stuff over to Ukraine. And so Ukraine borders Russia. So that would be like somebody. So like imagine me and you cool, right? You my homeboy. And so now somebody starts, or rather, you start giving me money or guns or whatever, and I know this person don't like me, and this person don't like me. So now you giving me stuff that's making this person want to come and be like, hold up, bro, you stay right next door to me. Like, what you getting all them, you getting all these straps for? What you, passing up for? I need to make a move because it looked like you making a move.
Right.
And so that's kind of what a lot of people, I guess, that are, I don't want to say on the left or whatever, but a lot of people are not seeing or understanding that. And I don't know what the big picture is, but I know that the Ukraine has received a lot of financial support as well as military support, and they're lining up on their borders, which is what made Russia move. Now, I'm not saying that Russia is right or correct. I'm not necessarily a Putin fan or supporter,
right?
But it's gasoline being thrown on the fire. As far as these gas prices go, like I thought when we was at war with Afghanistan and Iran and Iraq and all of that, I thought that was for the oil and why gas was so high when we was doing that. What does Ukraine and Russia have to do with our gas prices when we were getting oil from all of the ands?
See, that's what I'm saying, because on the actual news, what they're saying is Moneybagg then reached out to Ukraine saying, we'll come help you, as a U.S. But then, according to the news, they were like, Ukraine basically denied it and was like, no, we don't need your help. We don't want your stuff. We don't want, what I'm saying? So it's a country. They're like, bro, like this don't even, that's why I'm like, it's the full story is not being told, because like you said, I knew about the U.S. helping Ukraine and doing all this. And so now they make it a point to put it on the news now to where, okay, Ukraine has denied U.S. help. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, okay, you know what I mean? So it's just a lot of moving pieces that, I'm not comfortable enough to be like, okay, what this is and what this ain't. But I do think, like you said, I didn't think the stuff happening in Ukraine would affect what we're paying in gas.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? But those are just some other under the surface stuff that's going to be brought to light, I think, eventually here, or be exposed. You know what I'm saying? Like everything else eventually too, because it's like, okay, bro. Because like I said, if Russia really wanted to take over Ukraine, they could have been done that by now. Yeah. And so if Ukraine is really, and then I don't know if you heard too, Russia has detained Brittany Griner or something. They took her. I don't know. They like got her in detainment in Russia or something. And her husband, not her husband, her wife that's in the States she did something to try to
plead with the
to get her back to, you know what I'm saying? Because I think she played ball over there during the off season. So it's a lot of moving pieces. And so just for me, when I sit down and look at stuff like this, it's a lot of moving pieces for me to really, because this will be an executive mindset once I get more information.
No, that's definitely something. And like I said, we're just putting this out there. Y'all do y'all own research. Of course, y'all know we're going to do our due diligence, but this is just some things that's been going on in the world that we're trying to keep y'all abreast of. Because it's so much going on, it's hard to keep up with everything.
It is, man. And so, because I know we did a lot about the jab and stuff, Right. And it's been a while and stuff. I was talking to my boy Jason. His birthday was a couple days ago. And, he was tripping about I know what y'all said with the jab, but, like I said, this is just information. This is moving pieces. So I know a lot of people have, okay, they take this side. Oh, I'm a Putin fan, or I don't know what to say or what to, you know what I'm saying, really kind of go against or for or whatever. Like we'll see. Let's go ahead and get into these quickies, dog. Ricky Rube. This is something up. You've been watching Bel Air?
I have.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, I have.
I didn't ask him kind of before, but Bel Air is a phenomenal show.
I love it, man.
It's
some things I don't like about it, but I love it.
Dude, like, remember I was talking to my sister, but I was like, I've seen some people online talking about how they don't like it because it's not a comedy and, stuff. I'm just like, bro, but like to me, this is genius, because you can never reboot a classic like Fresh Prince of Bel Air. You can't, you know what I'm saying? You can try to mimic it, but it's always going to fall on its face.
Oh, sure.
But you flip up characters. You know what I'm saying? Jeffrey is an OG. Jeffrey like a gangster. Like, you know what I'm saying? Pretty much. Right. A house manager. You know what I'm saying? Hillary and Jazz. Like, Jazz is more of a business dude now.
Right.
And look like him and Hillary kind of going to be clicking up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Carlton, like, I really want to, he like one of the most punchable faces on TV. You know what I'm saying? So, and Hillary, they had to put in a little homosexual gay thing in there with Ashley.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Which, this is kind of where we at now.
Have you seen the meme where they got Tatiana Ali sitting up there like, and she's like, Tatiana be like, why y'all got to do Ashley like that?
Right. I ain't seen that, but that's maybe my only gripe, where they had to make the little girl like that.
It is what it is, but I just don't understand what the purpose is. Like, certain things, if you're making it dramatic, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't serve a purpose.
And then put the little girl like that, bro.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like,
she ain't even like 12 yet. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. That's that's interesting. But I just wanted to put that out there. Like, Bel Air, to me, is phenomenal. I give
and I like. Props. I mean, like I said, I like the fact that it's dramatic, and a lot of people don't. Oh man, it's not. It's supposed to be a little bit more dramatic. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It went from being a sitcom to actually like a series.
Yeah.
And so series are generally, unless it's a comedy series, you know, series are more dramatic, you know.
And to me, I know this supposed to be Quickie, but we keep going with this. I think this right here, what they're doing with Bel-Air, needs to be a blueprint of how they try to, if they try to reboot like a Martin or something like that, if they try to do something like that, like, I don't know how you can make it as, you know, like that, but to me, but you can't remake the same thing.
Man, when you get a chance, you got to go. Saturday Night Live did a sketch where they remade Family Matters.
Oh, word?
It's called Urkel or something like that.
This past week?
It's been a couple of weeks ago, but it was like when they were announcing that Bel-Air was coming out, they did a skit, and they had Kenan Thompson acting like
Kenan, my guy.
And the other guy, Chris Red, was acting like Urkel or whatever, and like Urkel carrying the strap and beating people. You got to watch it when you get a chance.
Okay. I'll peep that out. This next Quickie, if we do a Quickie like that, Penny and the Tigers. I got to bring up Penny and the Tigers. You know what I'm saying? Penny, they won today. You know what I'm saying? I had to do it. I got to give a shout out to my boy Corey Boone. You know, we've been going back and forth, and I told him a couple weeks ago, even though I did the executive mindset on Penny actually about a month ago, you know, it's been getting some good traction and stuff out there. And, you know, I still said I thought they were still going to make the tournament. As of right now, unless we lose in the first round of the conference tournament, it's looking like we're going to make the NCAA tournament for the first time in 7 to 8 years. So salute to Penny, man. Salute to
Like
Penny.
I said, man, he's a national treasure, man.
He is.
And what he telling me, y'all stop fucking playing with me, bro. Good job, Penny. I never doubted you for 1 second.
Hey, you know, I can't say the same, but it what it say? What the Bible say? It all works together, brother. it all, look, Penny, they didn't have that winning streak until they went off and, you know what I'm saying, had that little tangent for the stuff. So, you know, it all worked together with that. This next Quickie right here, man, Moneybagg Joe, he says to fund the police. And just a quick thing, like, if y'all knew Joe and his whole thing for running and even just being on the Democratic side, like, they've been screaming defund the police probably for the last 3-4 years at least, or something like that. So for him to flip it like this, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of a big deal. You know what I mean? But it's preaching to the choir to me,
very
because
Trumpy.
Very much. But
like I said, I told y'all from the beginning, that's why I said I don't fool with none of them niggas. Like, they all in bed together. Fun for better training, fun for better psychological evaluations, fun for better education of them. Definitely. I wholeheartedly agree with that. Increase their salaries. Stop taking their pension away. How about that?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But like, just fun, giving them more weapons and more, like, no, like, better educate, better train, better psycho, analyze these guys. Stop taking away their money, because their lives are in danger
every day,
daily. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like, not for no BS.
Yeah, and that'll be good for my boy Sam when he comes, for he with the MPD too. So that'll be interesting to kind of get his view on that. And this last Quickie here, man, Bookman, Buffalo Butt, Johnny Brown. You told me his name. I didn't know his real name. Johnny Brown. He passed this past week, a couple days ago. From when we were recording this. He passed. You know how old he was?
He was 84.
Wow. Okay. He was 84. If y'all remember, me personally, I remember him on Good Times especially, but Rag had a couple other notes that I didn't know about that he knew about him.
He actually was a recording artist at first, and he initially was supposed to play
about that.
Fred Sanford's son on Sanford and Son. He was originally supposed to be Lamont, but he had recording obligations, which is why he wasn't able to do it. And then so the other guy ended up getting it.
That's right, because he sung a little bit on Good Times for an episode or two.
Exactly, yeah.
Oh, well, more than two. He used to be boing, boing. Okay.
And he played on some episodes of Sister, Martin, Family Matters, The Jamie Foxx Show, like any of those black sitcoms in the 90s. Like, he had guest spots on. He was more of a character actor, but he had a very long career, music as well as film, and so. Definitely, man, somebody, you know, part of the childhood, growing up, catching them Good Time reruns and seeing him come in. He was a super of the building.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he got a lot more screen time after after James Evans had died.
Yeah,
he got a lot more screen time.
He did.
But man, just prayers out to his family and loved ones, man. He's a definite legend.
Yeah.
You know, we salute y'all.
Salute. And why that came to my memory too, another salute to one of my coworkers, man. I found out this morning one of my coworkers I used to work with on base passed maybe a day or two ago. Shout out to Bob Yensen. I know he watched the pod some too. Yeah, all the details I'm not sure about, but I reached out to one of my other coworkers just to kind of find out kind of what's going on. But he passed, leaving away. I think he had two children, a wife. Just a sad situation. I'm sure I'll learn more, during the week and as I get more emails and stuff like that. But salute to my my military and base family, and prayers to Bob Yensen and his family, his wife, and his kids. He's leaving behind. And yeah, man, I hate to hear that. You know what I'm saying? Hate to hear that. For sure. But y'all, until next time, continue with that executive mindset.
Most definitely keep it presidential.
Salute.
Arrivederci. Bow.